Peter Welch here from FGL for Evergreen Laminates, and we're here talking with David Cotton. He's a building designer in southern Vermont. He runs an architecture firm, and we wanted to ask him how structural insulated panels affect the design of the building that you can get. And we were wondering if it makes it different, if you can't get certain things, and let's just ask him. David, how does using panels on your building affect the design process?
Really, we can use the structural insulated panels on most projects that we design. It doesn't necessarily need to be stick-built. It can be structural insulated panel. We've done dozens of projects with structural insulated panels. There's energy efficient concerns that we have, which we feel like they're more energy efficient and stronger than a 2x6 wall, a stick-built wall. We see no issues whatsoever with designing our projects with structural insulated panels. We have to educate our clients a little bit about them because they're so knowledgeable about stick-built. They understand studs, 2x6s, etc. But there are no studs in structural insulated panels. It's all insulation with skins of OSB on the outside and inside, which is sort of like plywood. People would understand that. They've been around long enough where any issues that anybody would have somewhat been resolved, like electrical, how do you get electrical outlets in them and wiring, etc. But we are very, very familiar with structural insulated panels, and if it was up to us, most of our projects would be that way.
What about, you mentioned curved walls off camera earlier. How do you, it's complicated design issues. How do you, we would be happy to make custom panels, and we can make forms, and then you do that. But does that affect, or do you feel like you're limited when you are?
Well, the idea of having a curved wall in a project is probably somewhat rare. It does come up in designs, but it's a rare thing to have. But I would imagine that if we went to a SIP supplier and said we have a wall that has this amount of radius, they could probably come up with something and engineer it to work.
Yeah.
So it's not like it can't be done.
Right. Like windmill blades are made with the same type of technology. It's different parts, but those are extremely complex laminates. And if you think, really, we could make a curved wall like that. Right.
The other thing is that the structural insulated panels can be used on floor. They can be the floor. They can be the roof.
Yeah. There's a lot of different uses for it.
So there's structural insulated panels which are self-supporting, basically, but there are also stress skin panels that are used for skinning timber frames, which is another option and another thing that we do. Although sometimes we even like to use structural insulated panels on timber frames because on the inside face you can screw anything to it. Kitchen cabinets, bookshelves, you can do whatever you need.
You get your blocking already built in.
Right. And there's probably with SIP suppliers like yours, there are different specifications on how often to screw it, what kind of screw to use to hold
all
anything up.
Technical data available for the builders and also the designers too.
So like I said, we've done dozens of projects, and I don't see any difference in any kind of construction constraints with SIPs as opposed to any other kind of construction.
That's awesome.
Yeah, great.
Well, great. Again, this is Peter Welch from FGL. You can go to fglaminates.com to check out our newsletter. And we're here with David Cotton from Cotton Designs Associates. And you can, what's your website again?
CottonDesign.com.
Thanks a bunch. See you next time. And if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Any questions or other comments. And thanks again for watching.